You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Mob Wives Chicago After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Mob Wives Chicago After Show.
Welcome, everybody. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing an AFTERBUZZ TV after show for the Mob Wives of Chicago. This is Season 1, Episode 5, Heartbreak and Betrayal. I'm your host, Anna Koppel, and here with me...
I'm Caitlin O'Connor.
And I'm Grant Rutter. Hello.
Welcome, everybody. So I'd like to talk a little bit about, there seemed to be a common theme tonight, finally, at least one thread that went through. And that was about little girls, even full-grown women, as little girls in turmoil over their parents, their fathers in particular, one mother as well. So I'd like to talk about that. I want to start by touching on Nora. We'll get more into Nora further into the show, but Nora told a heartbreaking story, which was about her 8th birthday party, where nobody showed up because one girl showed up to tell Nora that, what was it, that her father was a hoodlum.
Yeah.
A hoodlum.
That is cruel.
Yeah, and so
not
nobody
to
was
expect
coming.
them, yeah.
So that was sad. So
All the women on this show have problems with their dads, but I don't know. I think Nora takes the cake with this one. It was really heartbreaking.
Nora and Pia both, I think, take a lot.
Yeah, both of them, it really goes back to their childhood with Pia's father and how it affected her growing up. And now with this, and we also know from previous episodes that Nora is not close with any of her family, like her siblings. So it just really paints more of a bleak image of her and her family and who she's got.
When you have a strained relationship with your family, that gives you the opportunity to go and like do something like stripping because you don't have that backbone. Nobody is telling you, hey, you shouldn't do that.
Right.
Because, you know, friends can say it, but they're just friends. They're not family. They're not your blood saying, hey, you're messing up here. You better get your stuff right.
Well, and for financial purposes, there's nobody to say, like, hey, you know, can you help me with rent this month? Your mom and dad will do stuff like that for you, but your friends probably won't. Yeah. Well, can't.
That's terrible to think that they really have nobody to fall back on. We learned that Renee was a little instrumental with helping her out, but we can get into that a little bit later. But it's still, it must be rough, especially being, you know, coming from that childhood with not really, not being the most socially prepared. I don't know what's the best word to put,
or socially liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems certainly that Nora doesn't have friends now, but we sort of learned tonight that she didn't.
Yeah,
before.
She's never really had friends to begin with. That must be really hard.
A sad, lonely way to go through life.
She had one random friend in that car, in that the party bus they had, Desiree, I think her name was, and it was Nora's friend. I just remember seeing that. I was like, oh, so one for Nora. Okay, it's terrible, but that was it. Yeah, it was just the cast, and then this one chick hanging out in the bus.
So yeah,
sorry,
it
Nora.
was still a sad, but we'll get more into Nora's birthday party.
Yeah, her cake looked good.
So then the story in terms of little girls in turmoil that really broke my heart tonight was Giana, Renee's daughter. She has grown up without a father completely, and she didn't learn until she was, I think she said 6th grade, that her father's in prison. And she's heard from her mother her whole life what a bad guy her father is. And we heard it from Christina's storyline that it doesn't matter like whether or not the parents are divorced or separated or whatever, but it matters how the parents handle it. Because your parents make up who you are. And so if you say like your father's a monster, it's basically telling your kid you're a monster. And it's a horrible thing to do to your child.
She even said that her father was half her heart. So she recognizes that even though she's not close to her dad, she's still half of each of them.
Right.
And for one person to be so poisoned against the other, it's just terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's actually a really interesting thing growing up without a father, but she still feels that her father is half of her heart. I don't know whether that's the absence of the father talking or whether she is really connected to him through some, subliminal level, and they should really attack that, because having no father being a woman is the most detrimental thing that can happen to you. So I really want to see where this goes.
And I can understand why Renee is so upset by the prospect of having Giana get involved with this ex-husband of hers who's in prison for all these years. I know Giana struggles with this, but if I look at it through the eyes of Renee, Renee is the one who made this life for Giana, and she's been the parent. And so I can see why she'd be offended by the fact that her daughter wants to reach out to her dad, because her dad has done nothing for her in her existence. Nothing. He's been out of the picture since she was very young, as they said. So I can understand how when the mother puts all that energy into a child, she's like, well, what do you mean you want to have a relationship with this guy who's basically insulted you? I also do feel like Renee is a little bit selfish, also with some of the acts from just her relationships with the other women. So I feel like with her, it's a little bit of everything, but I do feel like she has some selfish qualities to her. It's just life.
I also am not sure that I believe everything Renee says. She definitely exaggerates her stories. We all do that. Especially when we're upset about something and we want to pull people into our corner.
Yes.
And also, it's difficult to find, it's difficult for us anyway, somebody can find this out, to pull things off the internet, what he exactly is in jail for. I know that they said it's for murder on the show. Is that true? Is it not true? So, maybe he's being accused of, whatever. What's the point I'm trying to make? That we don't know how bad this guy really is, but at some point Renee chose him and married him and made babies with him. So it's hard for her to, or I think it's not hard for her, wrong of her, to be making him out to be such a horrible person when she loved him desperately at some point.
Yeah, the smart thing to do, and I've never had to deal with children or an ex-wife, but the smartest thing to do is just to kind of don't really talk too much about it. You don't want to cloud the child's judgment on them either way. They know where you stand. You are divorced. You don't need to vocalize it and beat it like a dead horse and make him out to be the devil in disguise. Yeah, it's just too much on her part. And I definitely feel like she's a little selfish. Just the way she acts.
All these ladies are selfish. I have seen such selfish acts from all of them so far. And it's mainly for the show. They have to, play up their own character types and whatnot. But a lot of their actions are really selfish.
They're all out to benefit themselves. There's no, friendships where you're, sweet and you kind of reach out to someone even though it's an extra step. They're also self-serving.
But you know what? That is reality. That's how it is, especially here in Los Angeles. So you're kind of seeing what the real world is like by watching this show.
Yeah, any big
Idiots
city.
yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we also have Leah, who... somebody made the comment that for her parents are her whole world. And we found out that her mom has breast cancer, which is sad. But breast cancer is something that is fightable and curable.
I wish we knew if they caught it early, and everyone likes to know those topics, especially when with such a life-threatening disease. Why didn't they say anything about that? They said, with these diseases, if you catch them early, you can, but we don't know her status.
Right.
Which would be nice since you're getting us kind of emotionally involved in this cancer storyline.
A lot of the plot lines where we do get emotionally involved, then they edit the rest of them out. Just like Renee's other younger daughter, I haven't heard anything about that. And, the custody battle with her younger daughter, what's going on with that. And then this storyline also kind of got pushed to the back burner. And then Nora was, in the upfronts talking about how much she hates Renee.
Right. I feel like there's something that, there's obviously something really voyeuristic about, it is voyeuristic, these reality shows, but I think there's something really icky about putting something as serious as cancer, as serious as a custody battle on TV. You know, there is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that, you know, Russell, who was Taylor's husband, committed suicide, and they still had him on the show after he had killed himself, and you know, the whole season of him on the show. And I thought that was not right. So if Leah's mom, you know, I think she's still alive. I've been reading the tweets and stuff today. I'm fairly confident that she's still alive. Yeah. But if she ends up dying, I don't know. I just feel like this is not a storyline that we should be following somehow. It's not as though it's bringing awareness to anything. It's not like a new disease or some disease that has some sort of bigotry against it. Yeah, it's just icky for drama's sake.
That just goes back to the show. I think we can agree that maybe some of the show probably isn't the most entertaining reality show wise, and I think that some of these plot lines, these holes like you mentioned with the custody battle, and then this whole business with Nora's dad and the bite, like it's just they drop these stories that they're all about for 2 episodes, and then that's it. I think it's just, it goes back to story producing more than anything else.
Right.
The only point that I enjoyed about meeting Leah's mother was that we got to see another side to Leah, and we got to see that she's not as tough as she wants everyone to believe, and she broke down, and I didn't think I'd see any tears from her throughout the series. So I mean, and I don't know if that was exactly entertaining, but it was another side to her, always with her threats and swearing and being so rough and ready. At least it was the other side of the coin. I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah, I think Leah actually is one of the more entertaining characters of the show, and she's very multifaceted. So, you know, she's showing me more that I'm coming into liking her a little bit more.
Yeah.
And she had some of the best jokes this episode. Do you guys remember any of them? I was laughing my butt off at some of the things she was saying.
Oh, when they were picking out the outfit for Nora, the animal print.
Yeah, that was
very
funny.
animal-like.
She said something else too as they were pulling up to the racetrack. I don't remember, but it was hilarious. Well, let us know what you think. Do you like this new side of Leah? Give us a little rate and comment on iTunes. It definitely helps us out, gives us more visibility, and thank you for rating and commenting us up till now. It has made us hot on iTunes, which is a really big deal, and we really appreciate it. Also, iTunes recently came out with a new app, the podcast app, which is a really awesome app. It organizes your podcast. You don't have to dig through your entire iTunes to find the podcast you like to listen to, and it makes it easier for you to rate and comment us, which we love. So,
a perfect accessory for the AfterBuzz user.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Thank you, AfterBuzz fan
I'm
base.
sitting here with a flip phone, so you guys can show me all about this later.
Okay.
I broke my droid, so.
Oh dear.
What thing?
Well, Christina was at the front of the show. We learned a lot of. I feel like she's sort of been in the background and like and boring, but we
Where do
learned
we
a lot
start
about her.
with this chick? Where do we start?
So
I want
guess
to give all these ladies makeovers.
well, Christina might be able to do that since she went to fashion school.
But you know what? Just because you wear clothes doesn't mean that you have a little camera time and you can, all of a sudden do a clothing line.
That chick is always in stripes. I don't know what it is. She's always got these diagonal prints on, and it doesn't work for her body type. I mean, really, I mean, she needs to kind of like not do the prints.
She wears a lot of really like small busy prints too. Yeah, she was wearing like some major floral something, and it was in her confessional.
They're trying to make her interesting. They're interesting to look at, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
I take a huge fault with. First of all, I want to pose the question. We see this going on with her telling the daughter, or the daughter finds out that her father and mother are divorced. We've never seen this daughter. I wrote down the name. Her name is Daniela. We've never seen Daniela before on the show. And I can understand that maybe the parents didn't want her to be on camera, yet they told the story anyway. People have different opinions on kids with reality TV. Would you want to see Daniela on the show or not? Does it detract from the story at all in your eyes, or what do you think?
I don't know. I think, again, due to the sensitivity of her life at the moment, I wouldn't want to see it. She's just finding out about her parents' divorce through a kid at school. I think leave her out of it.
See, I think she should be in it. I don't need to see the news be broken to her face to face.
Right.
But I'm just used to the original Mob Wives with Drita talking with her kids. And
Drita's kids were always on.
Yeah, and she told her daughter about her divorce with Lee, and so I just kind of. Once you go there, it's hard to not go there the next time. So that was just a disconnect for me.
Yeah, it's like that kind of dangling carrots in our face. Oh, we're talking about this daughter, but you'll never see her.
Yeah, no.
I would like to kind of see what goes on.
Yeah,
if we are going to be emotionally invested in the show and it is reality, if you want to be on the show, you better make sure your kids do too.
Right.
Well, not always, but in this case, it would help.
How old is the kid?
I think she's really young, right?
I have no idea. I've never
Under
gotten
10.
like a gauge.
Yeah,
on
I was
going to
say 9. So she's probably, if we were both thinking that, then in that bracket. When I'm starting to change my mind. When they first aired the very first season of Real Housewives of Orange County, I feel like I'm talking about those shows a lot tonight. I apologize.
No, I love that. Go ahead.
Me too. But it was mostly each individual wife with their families, and sometimes they got together, some of the wives, but they weren't always all together. And it was an interesting show, the first season or two. And progressively, these shows have just been all of the women out drinking and then fighting and then talking about the fight over drinks. So yeah, but the thing about the Real Housewives of Orange County, the first season, was that all of the kids were sort of old enough to agree to be on the show. And I feel like when the kids are young, they just shouldn't be raised on TV. So
yeah, no, I'm not a big believer in it either. I'm just looking at this from a story perspective. I know the final word is the parents, and if they don't want to sign the agreement, then that's fine.
It's a hard decision to make. I don't have kids, but I'd like to see them on the show.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes it would help the story that we're so trying to invest ourselves in, I think.
fair enough.
All right, let's talk about strippers.
Wait,
I have one quick thing.
If Pia and Nora are the prettiest strippers in Chicago, I do not want to go to Chicago. Do you guys want to go to Chicago?
I love Chicago, but I don't need to go to the strip club.
Again, I just want to know how old Nora is. I looked it up. I can't find it. If
find it
somebody knows,
anywhere.
Please let me know the age of this woman. I've been trying to figure it out since week 1. Out
Make
of the gate.
Nora Wikipedia.
I looked on Wikipedia. It's just, she doesn't have a page.
Not yet.
Only 600,000 people watch this show.
know.
They don't have a Wikipedia. But we're invested. I'm in it.
I really quickly, before we go too much further into the stripper I do want to mention again, Christina went to fashion school, and it looks like she's going to be doing that now because Renee had her.
She did it for a minute.
She commissioned a dress.
Yeah, she
commissioned
did it for
a
dress.
A minute. And this dress was. Grant, can you repeat what you said?
Yeah, all right. All right. Seriously, the crew came in to probably set up a few lights, and in the meantime, she said, "Oh, I got to make this dress real fast. Look out!" There was this headless mannequin that you could, I mean, if we saw it, we know you could put the pins in it, whatever.
They were still there.
This was a jersey material dress with this cheap fabric, this cheap little fuchsia pink fabric over one shoulder. It was not tailored. It was not sewn whatsoever. And it was like, it just looked like a sweatshirt. Like you mentioned that it looked like a sweatshirt. And it was not tailored on the bottom.
It went on for days.
It just went onto the floor. Yeah. Like she did this in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to start commissioning dresses in a minute. And Renee comes in, she just loved this dress. I told her, I'm going to start making them.
What do you say to your friend though? Right? I don't know.
Don't give her so much praise.
I'll give her credit. I liked the kind of the chiffon material right here. It would be a nice little
scarf.
I can't. Maybe a scarf. I don't know. I'm trying to give her a little bit of credit. I want to see some of her other things so I can get a full view of her talent.
My sister had Barbie dolls that were well dressed in that mannequin.
Oh dear. You could probably find better dresses if you go shopping on Amazon.com, where you can now get to Amazon through AfterBuzzTV.com. If you just click on the Amazon banner at the top of the page, be taken right there and do your shopping. AfterBuzz just gets a little bit of a kickback, and it helps everybody out. There's no special codes to type in, and it doesn't cost anything extra.
It helps around here with keeping the lights on.
Yeah, so help keep the lights on, guys. And we'll give you an opportunity to do that right now because we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AFTERBUZZ TV. And why? Because AFTERBUZZ TV's like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows. Like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AFTERBUZZ TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AFTERBUZZ TV goodness. Check them out, give them a holler, and tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Welcome back. We are here buzzing away about Mob Wives Chicago, and I think we're going to touch on crazy and irrational behavior by these women. And since we were last talking about Christina, we will stick with her. Grant, you wanted to make a...
Yeah, I just want to make a quick point on this. With Christina, we learned, obviously, that her daughter found out through a neighbor about her parents' divorce. And now, from now on, for the rest of the episode, Christina went around patting herself on the back, and she used the words that she's celebrating the hoops that she went through with her divorce. Now, I don't know any of the private details, but she is celebrating the fact that the stress is off her shoulders that her daughter knows, which she did nothing to contribute to. She never really sat down with her daughter and told her. She had a neighbor break the news. I think this is ridiculous.
By accident.
Yeah. She's celebrating that this is all great and wonderful and it's off her shoulders, but she didn't do anything. She should have sat down and told her daughter. She told her dad, who I believe already knew. I just think it is ridiculous. And now she's having a party celebrating the fact that a neighbor told her daughter that her parents are divorced.
Celebrating that her poor little daughter found out that they're divorced.
Yeah, she's like, now my daughter knows about the divorce. Time to party. What?
Yeah, she definitely said that.
She definitely said that.
I just had a fire in my apartment. Let's party.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's terrible.
Yeah, this is like you just shattered your daughter's world. Let's party. Yeah. Like, what is that?
And kids are vicious. They probably went up to the daughter saying, oh, your parents are divorced. I heard, something very
Christina,
mean.
I'm going to be real. This Christina, she's got her priorities all screwed up. Yeah. I'm sorry. She's still living with this ex-husband. She couldn't even be the parent to go and tell her daughter about this divorce. And now she's going around making these dresses. Like, what are you doing? That aren't even good. Like, one thing at a time. Like, really, shouldn't she be on Craigslist looking at apartments to move into?
Maybe she can move out now. No, the daughter knows. So,
what do you guys think? Do you think you should tell your children or leave it a secret?
You have to tell your children.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not even a question.
And last week, I believe it was you that mentioned that, like, they know the kids, they can pick up on it. No, it's not like it wouldn't be a huge surprise. It's ridiculous that as a parent, as a mother, she couldn't tell her own daughter what's she gonna do? What's the daughter going to do?
I also love how she said to the therapist, I never thought of it as lying. I just, I mean, what did you think of it as?
The therapist said it's all how you handle it. She didn't even handle it.
Right. She avoided it.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah.
But Christina, she did handle the party, which is the irrational behavior that we are talking about. And then Nora is also our other irrational client.
She's our irrational delight. She's always our irrational topic. What's wrong with her?
She can't pay bills. Renee had to come in and pay a phone bill and give her food to eat. Now we found out that she danced, and we supposedly found out that she was a dancer in this club with Pia, and then she said, I was only at it for 3 months.
And then she said, I was only at it for 4 months.
Exactly. So someone's lying, and her name is Nora.
Huh? I think somebody is covering up how much time she spent at the strip club.
And a good way to keep your lies straight is to either write them down or not lie about your life.
Remember, keep your lies straight.
Yeah. Well, right, because if you keep lying about, make up a number and stay with it.
It was a revelation, though, learning that she had been a stripper.
gross, right?
I know. I want to see
I don't
her do
find
better.
I don't find it so
Do well,
gross.
Nora.
I don't find what Pia's profession is either.
I
That's
don't
disgusting.
find stripping gross. I find Nora stripping gross.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I
find-
wouldn't be in line for her. Sorry, honey.
I also thought it was disgusting how, and I'm like totally on Leah's side with this. Like, I don't want to think about you sitting at home playing with yourself. Why did you say that? Why did you say I'd rather stay at home and play with myself?
Then be
I
with
think it
the
goes
man
back
she
to
doesn't like, right?
her childish, you know.
Yeah. Well,
nature.
Leah said it. She's a child. She's a girl, and I believe it. Like, I mean, I think this girl's had her tantrum a while back. She melted down, and now it's all coming out. And just forget it. I mean, she can't hold back the floodgates.
Well, she is stuck. She's definitely stuck, and we've talked about this over and over. She's stuck, over the loss of her father and in this spot, and I guess being a little girl, not getting over not having friends.
She dwells in all of her problems, just like her mentioning Renee and how much she hates Renee at least 50 times during this episode.
Dude.
And I like Pia. Honorable mention to Pia because she actually gave it to her straight. She didn't coddle her. She's like, look, drop it. Like, forget it.
Yeah.
And just honorable mention to Christina for the way she handled that divorce. I still can't get over that. So that's my awards for
That's
the
an honor.
afternoon.
I say dishonorable mention to Christina.
That's what I said. Dishonorable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. I
My
give it
mistake. Yeah.
No problem. Yeah.
I'm really, as much as I enjoy watching Nora's antics because they're just so crazy, I would really love to see her evolve into an adult or somewhat rational person.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. What else about Nora being crazy?
Well,
Anything?
Nora really needs to sit down with a therapist because she just can't really count on anyone. And now her one and only friend Pia, now they're fighting down the hallway after she was doing a workout. Nora wasn't even. I can't even comment. There was no weight.
Yeah.
There was no weight on the machine.
It was like she was a little girl playing in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how about the go-kart racing? I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
I don't
she
know.
said-
It's something
she said-
different.
Yes, I was glad to see that they did something besides go out for drinks. And she made the comment as well, I want to have fun like a kid again. So
yeah.
there's
Interesting.
dun dun dun.
She's trying so hard to just make up for lost time, and I don't know. She's got to sit down with someone. She really does. I mean, I don't feel like I should be issuing out advice, especially medical advice to these women, but I mean, it would only help her.
It would benefit, I think, anybody to see a therapist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Couldn't hurt.
I'm not going to be shelling out any more medical advice today, but whatever.
That's it for the day. So far we've offered these women plastic surgeons, therapists. What else? I think that's it so far.
Yeah.
More to come. Don't worry.
Well, go over to Amazon.com for all of your makeup needs, ladies, and all those earrings that Leah loves to wear. Those
yes.
big 80s earrings.
Nene
So-
Leakes earrings.
She's starting to repeat them. I'm not that impressed anymore. She's probably only got maybe 12 pairs. I'm starting to recognize the same ones.
Yeah.
Oh, she's re-wearing earrings.
Yes.
You notice more than me.
Yeah. No, she definitely is.
Those big round
The,
ones.
yeah, the ones that look like coins.
She's loving those.
Yeah. Those are probably her favorite. All right. Well, unfortunately, we could not find any news and gossip this week.
No, folks, there is just nothing out here. I guess with the vacation week, the Mob Wives took a week off.
Yeah. Into hiding. So I guess let's jump into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So next week, it's the big party, the celebration that Christina's throwing for what I still can't justify. But she's throwing this big party, and we have all these feuds between everyone, basically. Someone's got something going on, so we can't. This is not going to be a peaceful party. What do you think?
I predict hair extensions will be everywhere, in everybody's hands, waving them around like a lasso.
I want to know why Renee was going on down the floor. It looked
On
like she was.
her knees.
It looked like she was doing some type of a stripper dance, but who knows?
Yeah. I predict cut ties between Pia and Nora. And I also predict a friendship between Pia and Renee. That was awesome. That was awesome. Same expression.
I'm thinking. Yeah, it could happen. Yeah,
prediction.
I think Christina and I think Leah and Pia are gonna get more close as well. I think that they're just going to kind of bond of both trying to be peacemakers because Pia really, I feel for Pia. I feel like she's not trying to get really in the middle of anything anymore at this point. I mean, all of her stuff is exposed with her career, and she's done with, well, she's trying with Renee, but she's done with Nora, which I agree with you. I think that's definitely going to just be the end of that, especially judging by the phone call last week. It didn't sound like everything was all well between them.
Sound very loving.
Mm-hmm. So that's my predictions.
That's that.
All right, let's just quickly rate this episode. I'm curious. I give this episode a C at best. I think it was watchable, but it wasn't gripping.
Yeah, they spent half the episode talking about the fight that happened last episode between Nora and Renee. So, yeah, I give it a C.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a different rating system. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 stars.
And I predict that
That's so safe.
Big Ange will be a 5 out of 5. I'm going to be watching that later.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you, everybody, for joining us this week. Where can we find everybody?
I'm at Caitlin_O'Connor on Twitter.
And also on Twitter at GrantMichaelR.
I am at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR. And this, you won't be seeing me here next week or ever again. So,
oh no.
You will see me at AfterBuzz, but not on Mob Wives Chicago. So,
did the Mob Wives get you? Are they taking you away?
They got me. Yeah, I know too much. So, but thank you for joining us.
It's been great having you, Anna.
It's been a wonderful experience.
Thank you, Anna.
All the best. All right.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.